Hello guys, this is IntoCryptoSpace. Let's talk about Crow with Knife. CAW. It has been a minute. What is up, Core Army, Core Nation? I'd like to start off with, some people have been messaging me, congratulating me on expanding, doing my thing, seeing the channel grow. And there's no ill harm, right? And that's a beautiful thing because I was a part of the community literally like 4 or 5 days in, and right from the beginning, without any hesitation, no one paid me, nobody did anything. I wanted to cover Crow with Knife, right? Because at the end of the day, the feeling you get when you're in that type of community, nothing's like it, right? So, we get to a point where we've hit such a milestone, 117 mil all-time high, crypto.com listing, BITMART listing. A lot of things have happened since that listing, right? We've done big things as a community. Personally, I believe that there's a lot more consolidation to be had. So unfortunately, that generally means a little bit of downward momentum, continuation. And then once it starts consolidating, there's going to be the largest boom that anyone has ever seen. And this is, to my speculation, to my opinion, we're going to zip. Here, let me pull up the chart. This is going to zip well past all-time high. So let's go to this. We'll go to market cap. Just so everybody's on the same page, right? So this is a big jump. Let's be honest with ourselves, right? We're trading around the 9-10 mil for like 2 weeks straight, and then within a week, it shoots to 14 mil all the way up. And when I say week, I mean weekend, 3 days. It essentially 10x's, which is crazy because we're talking about 10 mil to 117 mil, right? And I was here for it the whole time. I was here for it, and I still am. I have liquidity locked in for Crow with Knife. I'm here to support it. I have my moon bag. I was transparent as all hell, talking about when I'm going to be taking a little bit of profit and just letting the rest ride. That's, it is what it is, right? I don't think this is a bad project at all. I think it just needs to cool off. So let's get into the fundamentals of it all, right? Let's just go into it, right? So what IntoCryptoSpace, what are you waiting for, right? To double down, to triple down. All right, so let's get into it. When we look back at this, I remember the day of the listing, right? It ended up skyrocketing high, right? I think I woke up and it was already kind of dipping down to the 59, but right off the bat, it went right to 74, 75 mil, which is intense, right? As I woke up, the rest of the day, I think it pushed in. I think it was like 2-3 hours worth of time. It started to crash, right? Obviously, people taking profits, right? It went down to the 30.65 mil region, right? And then quickly we ate that dip like nothing and skyrocketed back up, right? And then for the next hour or two, things are there. The U.S. is waking up. There's a lot of things to be known. And at this point, nobody knows what's going to happen, right? Hey, go figure. I'm working in my night shift, and I get home, and I see this, right? It skyrockets. I missed all of this, and that candle that destruction had sold off on was starting in the process of already being eaten up. I had no idea about this because I was on my phone finishing up my shift. I had no idea. I wasn't in Discord, unfortunately, right? Like, this must have been such a hype time to be in Discord, but unfortunately, it is what it is, life, right? So it was in the process of getting eaten back up, and it was going upward. I was like, holy shit, this thing is about to be and resting in the 100 mil territory, right? And then, unfortunately, right, and this is all factual, right? I'm not here to FUD. I love the project. I'm here for the community. There's as I'm going on with this video, you see the Discord still popping off, and this is when we're at basically recent all-time lows. Like the morale is still high. I love it. The energy. They're cracking up jokes. They're memeing. It's just a culture. It is the culture, and that's the reason why it's going to succeed, right? So, anyways, so it starts to push back up again, and supposedly Destruction sold some of his moon bags, right? And I'm like, okay, as an individual, that sucks because I've really loved kind of having Destruction's back, right? You know, he always promised what he said that he'd do, and the fact that he sold when quote unquote I'm never selling, right? Until we hit $1 billion market cap, right? And that's easier said than done. Don't get me wrong, this first candle, God bless, dude. You worked hard. You didn't sell one bit. You raised the army, and it's all about the community, right? And you basically made it, right? So, anyways, I'm okay with the first sell, right? I think he had said it was 1.3 million. I saw I think a $400,000 sell and a $700,000 sell, something like that. I get it. As an individual member, and I'm allowed to feel this way because I was here 3 weeks, 4 weeks prior, and I'm still here now, still supporting the project, right? But I wasn't too happy about him selling his moon bags because it just kind of felt like he was washing his hands with it, you know? And it is what it is, you know? He might prove me wrong. I hope he does, as I know a lot of people here feel the exact same way. But regardless, like that video I had posted, right? It was a couple days after these sell-offs. It's not all about Destruction. It is about the community. It's about the token. It's about the culture. It's about the social media presence. And I still think the team has it. I still think the project has it, right? I think this is just a matter of time, regardless of project. I guarantee if I pull up Shiba, guarantee if I pull up Deutsch, guarantee pulling up Corgi AI, you're going to see this kind of fat consolidation phase. And crypto sucks when it comes to time duration, right? Everybody understands that. You could be waiting 2 days in red. I swear to God, it's going to feel like an eternity, right? And that just sucks. But that's a part of it, right? We could have 2 weeks of green. We're feeling blissful. I swear to God, if we have one red day, game over, right? And I'm not alone on that. It just kind of it's like one of those days mentally, you just got to touch grass. And I'm starting to develop that mentality. You need to start developing that mentality. Beyond that, community's there, right? So let's go back to IntoCryptoSpace. When are you going to invest back? You know, when are you going to go double down, triple down back into this project, right? And start doing videos. Number one, I will always be doing videos. I'm just waiting on updates. But upon request, I'm doing an update video on how I feel, what I think, my play. And honestly, first buy-in, right? First buy-in back, right? Is going to be right around this 44 mil, right? You can see the strength of this support line because it was right here. It was developed here, and then it shot back up, right? Right over here. So it's about the 42, 43, right? This is going to be a hard line to break. But that should be a reasonable, good buying entry. The next is where I will fucking full send. Not to be vulgar, but right around this 30 mil level, right? So I don't think it's ever going to get back down to this 27. I think it'd be way too much of a steal. All these whales, all the smart money will know that. But if it touches the low 30 mils, oh my God, what's going to happen, guaranteed, is if it does hit these levels, right? And of course, it has to break the 44 first. And this could be happening at the 44 level, what I'm about to describe. But what's going to happen is that the fattest reversal, right? The fattest reverse, nobody's going to see it. But when it starts reversing, it's going to happen so quickly because smart money sees this entry point. Smart money sees this entry point. 44 mil and then the 31 mil. These are points where if you get in, swing trading, getting in, be careful because you will get wrecked trying to sell at any of these levels because people understand support lines, and I think it's going to reverse so quickly that once it starts reversing, right, 44, once it starts reversing, going upward, you're going to see these green candles. They're going to start going crazy, and then, guess what, guys? It's a FOMO rush again. And then at that point, it's going to start to skyrocket. You're going to be able to get a 2x at these levels So make sure to keep an eye, right? Guys, stay in the community. Social media presence. Retweet. That's wonderful. You're doing what you need to do. And I do that too. I am just planting my seeds in other projects that I believe in. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is what I would do. That's what you should do. But of course, this is never financial advice. And you should always do your own research. Use this as entertainment purposes. But that's what I would do. I'm just being transparent. Beyond that, IntoCryptoSpace, how are we looking as a project, right? Okay, cool. Let's get into it. So right now, we're almost pushing up to 10,000 holders, right? 9,200. That is crazy. That is crazy. We're about to hit 5 digits in terms of token holders, right? That is pretty gnarly. In hindsight, that's nothing compared to what Crypto.com could really do for us, right? 100 million users use their exchange. BITMART, hundreds of thousands of users use that exchange, right? It is what it is, right? This is a small number compared to that, but beyond that, as a milestone, we're fucking doing it. We are doing it. Just keep on growing, keep on exposing. Yeah, I love seeing it, and it's just the community members are still all for it, and I love it. I love it. I am so ready to update with any type of major news. I am here, and I am here for free. I'm not here asking for payment. I've always been a community member, content creator, and I will continue to do so. I promise you that. So let's go into other news, right? Let's see. So I really like looking at CoinGecko here because there's a little part where you can see. All right, so all the exchanges, the dexes. Let's see how it's faring, right? It's been a week and a half since the listing. So we go here, we go to top 50 because there's more than 10. We have 14 manners of how to buy Crow with Knife, which is amazing. And, over time, we want to just continue that. More outlets. We want to, have the foundation set where a lot of people can get to us in whatever means, not just one mean, because then you're really isolating people that stick with a certain audience, stick with a certain ecosystem, right? So let's check the volume. So we'll go into the volume, 24-hour volume, click through, beautiful. All right, so it's obviously not sorting right because right here it says, oh, no, okay. Good, all right, so VVS Finance. Obviously it's slowing down, right? It's a consolidation phase. Also, bear in mind, if you're in a Chronos ecosystem, you understand that there's another token right now, Mystery, that is getting that hype, right? And naturally, that's what happens. You're going to have these, these little bit of FOMO trends, and people are going to start to rotate out of any project, even the good ones, even the great ones, like Crow with Knife, and just put money in that token because they're speculating, right? But in my speculation, I would love for that listing to already happen because what's happening is that it's like a long, drawn out draining, right, of all these other projects, right? And I'd rather just have it over with it, right? Because at the end of the day, I have a bag in Mystery. Don't get me wrong, but the moment that it happens, it's gonna happen. The same thing's gonna happen here that it happened here. All that money is gonna get injected right into the holders of Mystery, Mary, right? But what ends up happening is that money eventually comes out of that project and starts to flow into the rest of the Chronos chain. So then you'll have Crow with Knife start popping off again. You'll have, Croak, Chucky, we have Ryoshi. And I'm only saying these projects because they've been around for a while, right? Because so people are going to start pushing money back into the blue collars, and then even new meme coins that is generating traction, and that's fair to say, right? Like Mouse and Pasta, right? Everybody wants that next piece, right? But that doesn't take anything away from Crow with Knife. There's a lot of good plays that you can at least make a 2-3x. But again, the mission of Crow with Knife is to get to that 1 billion market cap. And it can get there. Just one step at a time. But, guys, if Crow with Knife pops off to 250 mil, this will tend to happen again, right? It's going to have a sell-off. It's going to go back and then hit an eventual support line, and then the process continues. Guaranteed in 3 to 6 months, Crow with Knife will not be at 53 million. It won't. It will not. So you got to outweigh your expectations, and you got to figure out your strategy. That's all it is. So cahoots with everybody that's in the community as hard as they have been. It just respectively, I do have a family. I do have a life. I have a business to run. And I have other projects that I'm also interested in. And I'm doing exactly what I've done here exclusively for the first 3 to 4 weeks when I got into it for free. So, guys, I know most of you support me. I know most of you guys are, just encouraging whatever. Do your thing. Get your exposure. Get a bigger audience. Because what ends up happening is that when I increase my audience and I come back to Crow with Knife to update, I'm going to have more people to talk to. More people to reach out and expose this wonderful project to. And that's how you should see it. And that's how I hope you see it. So as we continue down, let's just continue what we're doing. The meme, the project, the community, you guys are it. You are it. Just continue what you're doing, and I'm here for you. As always, guys, you see on the screen how much I love this project, how much I've been here for this project, and I ain't going away. Trust me. We're about to go into the bull run. We're waiting for Bitcoin to pop off. It's really going to carry everything, right? Because when Kronos goes up, and it will when Bitcoin goes up, it's really going to, quite literally, think about all the pairings, all these projects that are paired one-to-one with Crow, right? Kronos. Think about it. When Bitcoin starts to run and Kronos starts to 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, right? Because it needs to, I think, a 7x to get to all-time high, and everybody's speculating that's going to get higher than that. Guys, think about what that's going to do to all the liquidity in these projects. Quite literally, market caps are going to double, triple, and quadruple. So regardless of project you're in, I always preach spread your seeds. Because if multiple hit, you guys are looking good. If the one project you're in hits, you are looking good. But just strategize. That's all I'm saying. So anyways, guys, do your own research. This isn't financial advice. This is always to be taken as entertainment purposes. But I am transparent I am still invested in this project. I have set up a liquidity pair. This is IntoCryptoSpace. Until next time.